So, are you guys ready to record?
Yeah.
Yes, sir.
Cool. Hello, and welcome to 4445. I'm your host, Colton Pratt, and I have a lot of energy today.
My name is Katie Pratt, and I am your best friend, and I always go second.
My name's Caiden Vandergrift, and I am your mortal enemies.
Yes, sir, you are. Okay, so, I'm doing the question today, and Katie was getting on me because my Amazon review bit was too stolen from a different podcast. So instead, I'm doing a movie review bit where we're going to do the same idea, but now it's movie reviews from Rotten Tomatoes, just the all audience score. I'm going to give you a couple reviews, mixed reviews, good and bad, and I'm going to tell you the overall score, and you need to tell me what movie you guys think it is. Okay.
All right. You're reading the review for us, right?
Yeah.
Okay.
So the overall audience score, audience as a whole, gave this movie a 65% Rotten Tomatoes.
Is that good or bad?
Fresh. You want 100% to be good. So it's like a little bit above average. So I'm just going to read you some reviews.
Okay.
Theodore M. gave it a 2.5 stars out of 5, so exactly half. And he says, it's nothing special or even good. Something between a meh and okay. That's Theodore M's opinion.
That
had absolutely no information about the movie.
It's nothing special. Well, think about the most middle-of-the-road movies you can think of.
Okay.
What did you say, Caiden?
That didn't help me at all.
It gave no information about the movie, just what that man thought of it.
I got really worried there that Caiden said, is it Up? Because I was like, Up is class.
Movie.
Up is not 65% trash. Okay, anyway.
Up is more like an 83.
Yeah.
Up is 90. I'd put Up at 90. Sorry, before we continue on with this bit, I need to see what Up's Rotten Tomato score is. Because
I'm guessing it's around 85.
Okay, make your guesses now. 85, Katie? Is that for audiences or for critics?
Audience.
Okay.
Audience.
Audience score is 90. Guess what critics score is?
85.
73.
98. Critics love this
nice.
movie. Critics love this movie, and I agree with the critics. That's a very good movie. Anyway, back to the one we're talking about. The second review is
You're not a critic, you're an audience, so it doesn't count.
Yeah, okay. Second review is from Eloy G. He gives it 2 stars and says, one of DreamWorks' worst films.
Okay, DreamWorks.
So that gives you some help with DreamWorks. By the way, these are all very recent reviews. Caiden, what do you guess it is?
I know what it is.
What?
I think... Wait. I'm going to do some research. Hold on.
Don't do research. No.
No, it's Madagascar 3.
Hold on. No.
Good guess.
I'm just going to...
Caiden, no, I'm going to continue. Okay. Elephant B gives this movie a half of a star. Says, this movie is the depiction of hell. It is utter trash. I am disgusted by this. Please, God, why did you do this? So,
It's a kid's movie then, right?
Yes, Elephant B hated it. But, on the other hand, Joaquin R. gave it 5 stars. They say, I remember when I watched this with my mom and dad, and this one is for the kids. It's very consistent, and the characters are funny to me, and it's not boring. So Joaquin R. loved it.
I'm still thinking it's a Penguins of Madagascar movie.
I'll give you, it's not related to penguins at all.
Oh man,
not in the Madagascar U.
Okay.
Not in the MCU.
Oh, I know.
Madagascar
I know what it is.
Oh, what is it, bud?
Is it Trolls?
No. Okay. I feel like you're getting close. I'll give you another one. Malia.
Why can't we just tell me? There's so many DreamWorks movies. We're just going to name all mediocre DreamWorks movies. Except the Madagascar movies, except for the last one, are really good.
Yeah, Madagascar movies did a good job.
The penguin one is so good.
Malia M. gave this movie half a star. An awful, scattershot decease of a movie. An embarrassment to the animation medium. Not only was this movie unfunny, boring, and embarrassing, the strange racial undertones make it even worse. Would not recommend. So you learn that this movie has strange racial undertones. Yes.
Zootopia?
Zootopia is not DreamWorks.
And it's really good.
Here's a good one. Damien T. gave it 4.5 stars. Says this movie is a derivative of Cars and Ratatouille. close, not planes. Do you think DreamWorks got the rights to planes, but Disney has cars?
I don't know who has what, Colton.
But it is clever and entertaining, says Damien.
Clever and entertaining?
Yeah, I'm going to try and find any other movie, any that has like a better hint for you.
You have to give reviews that have hints, or otherwise we're just guessing, like blindly guessing based on what few hints you did give.
So this one says Eli C has 2 stars. Is Ratatouille with a different coat of paint, except the coat of paint is oversaturated, not particularly funny or smart either, which is a shame, seeing how the movie has a creative premise behind it. There is, however, a decently compelling story of a financially struggling taco truck, so it's not all terrible.
Oh,
Turbo.
Caiden nailed it with Turbo!
Dude, I actually thought about that, and I was like, no, that movie's so freaking good.
Why, Caiden, you like Turbo?
That movie's so good.
Turbo is a garbage movie. I do not like Turbo
I
at all.
love that movie.
I don't think I ever saw Turbo.
I saw it once. It was
So it's
bad.
today National Snail Day?
Really close, Caden. Today is official Escargot Day, which is the French
is an
way.
escargot?
It's a French word for snail, and also a famous dish of snails that you eat.
My French class would be very happy to hear about that.
Yeah, cool. Tell them to listen today. We say one French word.
I will.
Escargot.
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 What's that one song?
Woo!
Giago. I don't know. Escargot.
I don't think that's that song at all, Cole.
I think that's exactly how that song goes. So today
Okay,
is National...
I have something to say.
Tell me it, buddy.
It has nothing to do with snails, but as soon as you said it was a 65%, I was thinking of the movie Inside Out, because that movie is terrible.
That movie's
so good.
It helps kids understand depression.
Yeah. I nearly get a lot of bash against that, but I don't like it at all.
Okay, Olivia Rodrigo is a talented artist, Caden.
Colton, let's not argue about Olivia Rodrigo on our podcast.
We'll argue about it after we're done recording, Caden, because...
Colin's an Olivia Rodrigo fanboy.
She's talented, and I see her get a lot of hate from high school boys for some reason, but she's a very talented singer, and so I like defending her, because she's a good singer. Anyway, back to snails.
She's talented, but I just don't like her.
Where do snails get their shells from, Caden?
Isn't it like grown onto
Snail
them? Like
gods.
it's part of like their skin?
Okay, that's a good... snail gods? Okay, Katie, I want to hear you talk more about snail gods.
Okay, there's what snails worship.
So, question. Is snail gods, are they gods made of snails?
No.
Or is it I just Googled snail gods, so I was trying to Google where do snail shells come from.
Yeah.
My brain...
You just automatically Googled snail gods.
Yeah, and so Nereitites from mythology is the first link that popped up, so I want to figure out why snail gods. I'm going to control find snail. Okay, there's no snail talk. There's no snail talk in any of this
Maybe it's the god of snails.
Wikipedia. No, there's no snail talk. Let's see.
That's because Wikipedia is a bad source. We only use National Day calendar.
Quetzalcoatl is another Aztec god associated with the snail. He wore the spiral shell the spiral shell as a symbol on his chest. So factsabout.snails.com. Wait, factsabout.snails.com, and I'm on the tab. Snails in Human Culture is a tab I'm on right now. The Snail Whisperer TM. Okay.
The Snail Whisperer?
I'm going to go to the Snail Whisperer TM. Dr. John Stanizik is... Stanizik is an honorary research fellow at the Queensland Museum and a research associate of the Australian Museum in Sydney.
He loves snails.
He is Australia's foremost expert on land snails, having held the position of curator of the mollusks at the museum for 26 years. Okay, wait, time out.
Curator of mollusks.
He is Australia's foremost expert on land snails. I wonder who Australia's foremost expert on sea snails is. Like, that's weird that they had to specify.
Bob Ross.
Bob Ross, you think?
No, Morgan Freeman.
Freeman Morgan.
Oh, wait, hold on.
Freaking Morgan.
Morgan Freeman versus Bob Ross. Who would win in a fist fight?
Morgan Freeman versus Bob Ross? Why are we fighting celebrities
in
right
their
now?
prime. In their prime.
Dolly Parton would win.
Dolly Parton would win.
No, Katie, that wasn't... Katie, that was not an option.
Okay,
It would be Morgan Freeman. Do you know why? Do you know why it'd be Morgan Freeman?
Why would it be Morgan Freeman?
Because Bob Ross is already dead. which means he's
Oh,
weaker.
okay. That makes sense.
That means he's weakened.
You said in their prime, though.
Yeah, you did say in the prime.
But no,
definitely.
but he lost.
Oh, he still loses.
Okay. I just clicked on.
And honestly, he was in his prime after he died.
Okay, that makes sense.
I just clicked on.
I'm definitely going to be.
On the snail facts section, and I want to tell you a couple of the fun facts they had to answer. Are snails born with shells? That's a good question.
That is a great question.
I didn't know.
I also would like
and
to
the
know.
answer is yes. Next question: are snails right or left-handed?
That was a
I don't think.
weird.
I don't think snails. I'm going to click on it and see. They're almost always.
Who tests this? He was like, here's snail. Here's a football. Go throw it, and you gotta see which side he throws it
Answer:
on.
they're almost always right-handed, but occasionally they can be left-handed. So
they even have
someone
hands?
did
They don't
have
test
hands,
it.
do they?
Somebody did. Well,
They
they have
don't
a hole
even
where
have
the hand would
hands.
be.
For a minute, I
is
was
terrible.
like, do snails have hands? Because I said they don't have hands. Wait,
who has
do
ever
they?
thought, been like, I wonder if... Okay, first off, the fact is, I wonder if snails have hands. They've evolved from, if they have hands, to, are they right or left-handed? How does that even pop in your head?
Here's some other questions for us. Do snails have brains? Do snails have eyes? Do snails have teeth? Do snails lay eggs? Like, I can go through all these. Brains, yes. Eyes, yes. Teeth, I actually don't know. Yes, they do.
Do they have eyes or do they have like sensory organs?
They have eyes.
Are
have
they
eyes.
actually eyes?
Yeah. Have eyes on tips of the tentacles. And they lay eggs, yes. How do snails move? That's another great question. How do snails move? It has a foot?
Momentum.
Yeah, it's called a foot. It's
Oh,
not
the
like
bottom
a
of
real
it's just
foot.
called a foot?
It's like that's the same thing that not mollusks. It's the same thing that clams have. Like they're like the clam-like bodies called a foot.
So,
fair
wait.
enough. Wait. Talk
So
about.
snail is technically a foot.
Yeah, it's a foot with eyes attached to it, really. And also, it's a right-handed foot with eyes attached to it. So I'm going to read you a couple more questions that they have on here. What do snails drink? Good question. Probably water. What do snails eat? Not salt. The next one is wild that somebody found this website and still had to ask this question. What is a snail?
Not salt.
Absolutely, you found the website factsaboutsnails.com, still unsure what they are. Like, you managed to get through all of the snails and human culture tab, because that one's before the snail facts tab. And you're like, actually, I'm not sure what a snail is.
I think it's more of a scientific question than that, Colton.
During medieval times in Europe, before the Enlightenment, snail was also associated with laziness, and it was considered an offense to call the person a snail.
Yeah, well, that makes sense. It's like calling a sloth.
love calling...
the snail was named after offending. After an offense.
I'm going to call my friends a snail as an insult from now on, but I feel like most of my friends would be like, heck yeah, I'm a snail.
I'm a snail.
I have a wicked shell and wild eyes and a giant foot. Of course I'm a snail.
A wicked shell.
A wicked shell. Caiden, what'd you learn?
I learned that snails have a wicked shell and wild eyes.
Don't be mad at me. Don't be mean to me. Katie, what'd you learn?
I'm not.
Weirdly, I learned a lot about snails today, and I was not expecting to learn that much.
Yeah.
I also learned that Turbo did not get good reviews.
Yeah. I learned that Caiden
That was
has...
so sad. That's such a good movie.
I learned that Caiden has
think that's a
freaking
good
awful
movie, but-
tastes in movies and music.
I bet
people.
you liked the Minion movie.
I bet you loved Minions. I bet you saw Trolls and was like, this is the crap, man.
Oh no, Trolls is terrible. That's why I was like Trolls, because I know people either loved it or they hated it. That movie was terrible.
I love
Minions
Trolls
was
too
terrible.
because
But you
my
know
favorite
what is great?
podcasters are in it. Second favorite podcasters.
I bet Caiden saw the Emoji Movie and just absolutely thought it was a baller movie.
No, that was my original guess. Was the
Oh,
Emoji
that's a good
movie.
guess.
I was like,
I didn't
wait a
even
second,
think of that
did
one.
DreamWorks make that?
I bet Landon
But
Caiden
no, that
watched
movie's
Norm
like
of
a
the North,
30%
the 2016 movie that was panned by critics, and loved it. I bet he was dancing with all of them, all of it.
I don't even know what that movie is.
I bet Caiden watched
Colin
Alvin
listens
and
to
the
Ariana
Chipmunks
Grande
Chipwrecked.
and thinks that she's the greatest artist ever.
I bet Caiden watched the 2007 movie, The 10 Commandments, about the biblical tale of the 10 Commandments, and he loved it, even though it was critically panned according to Newsweek. All right.
I loved it.
Thank you guys all so much for listening. You guys are all the best. We love you listeners so much. Do we have any friends that we know listen? Oh, let's say
Anna Smith.
Anna Smith listens. I want to say hi to Alec. He listened to one episode. Caden, you need to send this to Alec to tell him listen to another one because this has been a good episode so far. So
Nice to meet you, Alec.
hi, Alec. It was good talking to you today. Yeah. Thank you guys all for
Alec.
listening. Well, Caden.
I just said, hey, Alec.
Hey, Alec.
Hey, Alec.
Thank you guys all so much for listening. You guys should follow us on Instagram and TikTok.
And if you want to know where, I can tell you.
I would love to hear it, Katie.
Okay, if you're on Instagram or TikTok, go to the search bar and follow the sound of my voice. When I say a letter, type a letter. When I say a number, type a number. Ready, go. FOR445PODCAST. And then on Twitter, go to the search bar, follow the sound of my voice. When I say a letter, type a letter. When I say a number, type a number. Ready, go. FOR445_PODCAST.
Woo! Good job, Katie.
Thank you.
This has been 4 for 45.
Woo.
I'm Colton Pratt.
I'm Katie. And I'm your best friend. I'm
Caiden.
sorry.
No rush, go
I
slush.
just got interrupted.
No rush, go slush.
Lump your rug.
I love you.
Mr. Van de Grieft.